Most people think a business begins with a registration form or a ribbon cutting. They're wrong. A business begins the moment you decide that the current reality is no longer enough. We live in a world obsessed with the overnight success. We see the billionaire on the magazine cover, and we think it was a straight line from A to B. But business isn't a line. It's a labyrinth. Every person who has ever built something that lasted, something that actually moved the needle of history, started where you are, in the quiet, uncomfortable space between I want and I am. The first hurdle isn't the market. It isn't the economy. It isn't the lack of capital. The first hurdle is the voice in your head that says, "Who are you to do this?" You answer that voice with action, not a grand strategy, not a 10-year plan, just one move. Because the secret to getting ahead is simply getting started. Once you start, you'll hit the valley. In business, we call this the execution phase, but let's call it what it really is, the test. This is where the excitement of the new idea wears off and the reality of the work sets in. This is the 2 a.m. spreadsheet. This is the third no from a potential investor in a single day. This is the pivot that didn't work. Most people quit in the valley. They think the struggle is a sign that they failed. But in business, struggle is the data. Resistance is where you find your edge. Feedback is how you sharpen your blade. Failure is just a tuition fee you pay to the universe for a world-class education. If it were easy, the market would be crowded and the profit would be zero. The difficulty is the moat that protects your future kingdom. If you want what others don't have, you have to be willing to do what others won't do and stay there longer than they could ever imagine. Let's talk about money. Money is not a goal. Money is an echo. It is the echo of the value you provide to the marketplace. Stop asking, how can I make $1 million? And start asking, how can I solve $1 million problem? The marketplace does not reward you for your time. It does not reward you for your effort. It rewards you for your utility. Business is the ultimate meritocracy. It doesn't care about your excuses. It cares about your solutions. To be successful, you must become obsessed, not with the payout, but with the person you are serving. When you care more about the customer's success than your own success becomes an absolute mathematical certainty. Build a bridge where there is a gap. Bring light where there is darkness. Provide a product so good that it feels like a disservice not to sell it. That is the soul of commerce. As we stand here today, realize that the world is being reshaped every hour. Industries are dying, and new ones are being born in garages and dorm rooms right now. The question isn't whether the world will change. The question is, will you be the one holding the pen? Business is the greatest tool for freedom ever devised.